Jay Moss here from CHURCHx. I'm going to give a quick tour of the dashboard page of CHURCHx and how to use it. So this is the page that you get after you log in. It has a list of all the courses that you're currently enrolled in here toward the bottom. It has a little welcome message. This may appear a little bit differently on your site because I'm updating it now once I finish this video. But this is basically how it looks. You can always get back to your dashboard just by clicking on the dashboard link at the top here. If you hit home, it takes you back to this screen here. But if you hit dashboard, it takes you to this screen. If you were to hit my courses, then it takes you to this view, which is also another way to access your courses. If you hit catalog, then it takes you back to our main catalog where you can enroll in more courses. Anyway, if I go back to the dashboard here, so one thing to notice is that on the right side there's this little arrow looking thing, and if you hover your mouse over it, it says open block drawer. The block drawer is a place where you can put some things that might be convenient to you. I'll show you how in a minute. By default it has your calendar, so if you're signed up for any classes that are or courses or events that are using the calendar feature, they will show up on here. So for example, on Wednesday, March 1st, if I click on that date, there was a finance gifts boundaries refresher course, and you can see that the link for the Zoom meeting is right here. So you don't even need to go into the course necessarily if all you're looking for is the Zoom link and somebody has enabled the calendar thing on their course. So so that's the block drawer, and you can always close it just by hitting the little X. So there's a little X right here in the upper right hand corner. It says close block drawer. You click that and it's gone. Next thing I want to show is that with the course overview, which is all your enrolled courses, there are other ways to view this list. So you see the course overview has a little all thing here. So this is ones where you can like star some of these courses if you want to make sure that they appear at the top. You can look at courses that haven't even happened yet, that are just in the future. I don't think I have any that are in the future. But if you had a course that you enrolled in that hadn't actually opened up for students to access it, then you would do it that way. The next thing is there's a search bar here. It's a little dim, but you can see it. So if I were to search for something like signposts, you see how it actually just sorts the list automatically. If I were to put in boundaries, then it sorts the list for the boundary courses that I'm already enrolled in. So that's another quick way to find something you're looking for. Then there's this sort by course name thing. This determines how these are sorted in what order. So another way I like to often look at it is by last accessed. So it shows me the courses that I was last on. And the last thing in the course overview I want to show is this view here. You can change it from card, list, or summary. So the default is card. It looks like this. It's nice and kind of streamlined and visual. If you switch to list, then it does a list view like this, which is much more compact, and some people like that because they can quickly scroll through their list and find what they're looking for. Or summary, which involves using the summaries that people have written about their courses. So that's another view that you can use if you like. So these are all configurable by you, the user, and you can look at them how you like. The next thing I'm going to show is something a little bit more advanced, which is how you can personalize your dashboard to have what you want on it. So you see in the upper right-hand corner mode, you have an edit button here. If you click on that, then you enter into what's called edit mode. And the first thing to notice in edit mode is there's a reset page to default. So if you screw things up too badly, you can always hit that and it'll reset your page back to the site default. But you can do things like add a block, okay, and then it adds what kind of block you want to add, and then you can put in something like the global search. If you want to put in the global search, it's going to put it at the bottom, I believe. Yeah. So you see this little set of arrows here. If you grab a hold of that, you can actually drag that block back to the top and put it where you want it. Whenever you add a new block, it's automatically going to put it at the bottom of the page. So you can just drag it back up to the top if that's where you want it. Let me just put it over here. So the global search is kind of cool. You don't have to put it on your dashboard because it's actually already here in the upper right hand corner where it says toggle search input, like that. You can do the universal search, but the universal search actually searches the entire contents of the courses that you're enrolled in, as well as the course titles and things like that. So anything that you have access to will appear in there. So if I put a term in like finances, let's see what it comes up with. So you see it's linking to some courses, as well as within there it's going to be linking to, it's linking to a comment that was inside one of the courses that I'm enrolled in. So that's pretty cool. All right, anyway, So the global search feature is nice. What are the other blocks? Administration block's not going to be helpful to you unless you have administrator privileges. You can put in a comment block if you want to be adding some comments. So I can put like, this is to show comments, and then save comment, and then it just kind of gives you a place if you wanted to give yourself some notes, you could do that. The way that you would delete such a comment is use a little trash bar right here, and you can also just delete the entire box, of course, if you don't want a block like that. Other blocks that you might find useful, let me see here. Courses you don't need because you already have that on here. Latest announcements, if you had a lot of courses and you wanted to look at your list of latest announcements, you could use that. Anyway, so a few things that you might want to personalize with there, but here's a nifty thing. So remember that block drawer? So one of the things that I can do is I can take something like the global search that I created earlier, and I can actually drag it and put it in here. So now my dashboard has the global search thing in it, and so if you just didn't find it convenient to use this one on the top for some reason, you could use that one on the bottom. So this is how you personalize your dashboard, and when you're done doing so, you just hit the edit button to turn editing mode off again, and you see that it recalled everything that I had in it. And like I said, you just minimize the block drawer if you don't want it. So that is how you use the dashboard. If you are missing a course that you think should be on here, it probably means that you're not actually enrolled in that course, or that the instructor has set it to hidden for some reason, like they want to edit it or something. So if you want to add more courses, you just hit Browse Our Catalog or the catalog link at the top here, and either one will take you back to our main catalog for the site, and you can enroll in more courses. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, you can always email me directly at help@churchx.ca. That's help, HELP, at churchx.ca. That link is at the bottom of these pages where it says need help at the bottom. And if you need to call me, you can do that. I'm usually returning phone calls within 24 hours, but email is also a pretty fast way to get a hold of me. So I hope you found that helpful. Thanks.